The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Go Cowboys! This is Mick Shots.
Streaming live on DallasCowboys.com and the official Dallas Cowboys app.
Now, here are Bill Jones, Savannah Humoller, Everson Walls, and Mickey Spagnola.
You know, the fabulous football fight song Friday just doesn't have the same ring to it when Everson Walls isn't in the building. There's something about Everson here, and he grooves to the beat of the fight song, the Stampede.
He's part of the Stampede.
Exactly.
Right?
I mean,
was his era.
It goes back in history, and it's just not the same when Everson's not in the room. But we are in the room. We got half of the Mick Shots crew here. Savannah lounging on a beach in the Dominican Republic. Who knows where Everson is, but he's not here today, and he told us ahead of time he would not be here.
At least he told us.
Yes, he did.
I think
and
it's
he
one
also
of those...
gave us his picks to click, which
and
we'll
Savannah
get to.
sent hers in.
She did too.
Yes.
Okay, great. So now I just
They're
have
a
to
little
come up with
sandy.
mine.
They're a little sandy, but yeah, I still think he's like somewhere in secret in New Mexico.
Well, sometimes he works so hard that sometimes you need a 3-day weekend.
Yeah,
right.
Right.
You're headed to
But
Carolina
we're here.
tomorrow.
I am.
Team's
headed
to Carolina. Team is out on the field right now.
Doing their walkthrough practice.
And they are regenerating today.
It's the walkthroughs, and people need to understand what they do is they go out on the field, and they're basically in their jerseys and whatever they want to wear, no pads, no helmet. And they will sit there and go, okay, second kickoff team. And the second kickoff team guys have to run out there and line up so they make sure everybody knows what teams they're on.
This is what the Buffalo Bills don't do.
Yeah.
Right?
Dude, I was going to say that.
That's good, Bill. That is really good. Since they,
if you think this is not an important day
right.
of practice or of a walkthrough, a regeneration day, okay, that's how important it is. You make sure that you get 11 men on the field and not 12 men on the
12
field.
when they
if you're
miss.
going to not have the right number of people on the field, make it under 11
right.
and not over 11.
And then they'll, do all the different units and make sure everybody knows what they're on. I wonder if guys have to take notes to remember. Because,
some of them might.
If you're a backup, you got to know, right? What if somebody gets hurt? That means you got to go in.
Yep. That's why John Fossil can be the busiest man on the sideline during games. He has to track injuries as much as he tracks who's in the game on his specialty units.
It's like being the conductor on an orchestra, right? Okay, it's your turn to play now.
And it's not injuries that necessarily take a guy out of the game. It might be just something that takes a guy out of a series. And
right.
Okay, he got banged up, and so he's got to come out on this punt coverage team or whatever.
Yeah, I guess they don't have to call out second team quarterback, right? They kind of know who that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially for special teams, right? Guys got to know, and so that's kind of what they do out there. And then they'll run some dummy plays, no contact. There's no contact. They're just kind of walking through things. That's why it's called a walkthrough.
You think they're just dummy plays that they just okay? Let's run these plays.
Run this
or
one.
Does it maybe have a little something to do with their game plan and maybe a script, even though they may not go off that script to start a game.
Right.
But this is we're running through, making sure that
I didn't mean phony plays, just kind of running through stuff, right? Let's just run that. So everybody knows.
Just your general tone here, Mickey, is that it's like
it's nothing you want to watch.
It's nothing you want to watch, but it is very important to the execution that happens on Sunday at noon Dallas time against the Carolina Panthers.
At Bank of America.
Bank of America Stadium is the stadium the Cowboys will be in this week, and you are, of course, traveling
Yeah, I'm not sure when we're leaving, but we get there at 5:45, so that would be 4:45 Eastern.
Does that match
Central
up with Missouri
time.
football?
They start at 7:30 Eastern.
So it does match up.
Against Florida, yes.
Oh, you get to watch that tomorrow night.
Yeah, probably on my phone, but yes, I will be
Just
able to watch
get your
it.
weekend squared away for you,
Yes,
Mickey.
absolutely.
So Thursday night football last night, the Ravens beat the Bengals 34-20.
Beat them bad.
Well, there was something that
That's
had
what
to do with
happens
that,
when you lose your starting quarterback, right?
which got me thinking on the drive in. Okay, so first Lamar Jackson left the game.
Yes.
And then he comes back. Well, first Mark Andrews. That's a huge loss
Sounds
for Baltimore.
like he's out for the season.
Yeah. And
Bill's a big Mark Andrews fan,
and
by
it's
the way.
that hip drop tackle.
Is that what it was? I think I saw it, and I said, "Oh!" And they didn't say it on TV, but it sure looked like it to me.
Similar to the Tony Pollard.
Yeah.
And
Dak
that's
Prescott.
and Lamar Jackson's his same linebacker Logan Wilson. He was able to come back, but then Burrow, who now then investigation is being launched by the league to see if something wasn't reported on an injury report as far as his wrist is concerned, but this does not look good for the Bengals.
And Jerry talked about it, how serious the NFL takes reporting injuries, too, by the way.
Okay, so before we dive into what I was going to talk about the quarterbacks around the league going down with injuries, is there anything we need to know from what Jerry had to say on the radio this morning?
Talked about his favorite stuff for Thanksgiving.
Oh, there was the annual Thanksgiving.
Yes. All the different kinds of either fowl that they would eat on Thanksgiving, and how when he was a kid they would sleep three in a bed at the blind when they go hunting.
This is now 34 years of Jerry Jones Thanksgiving stories.
Always asking him about Thanksgiving.
The Friday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Did you do a duck call or anything?
No, they
Okay.
didn't ask him for that. And I wrote it down here because I needed this quote for my column for today that was basically written, but it needed one more thing. And when he finished, Jerry said, "Remember Arizona."
There you go.
And I think that was two very key words for this team to make sure that they have. See, you should put that out first, because to me, if you take a team lightly, it's not when you play, it's when you prepare, like during the week. Because when you're out there playing, you don't lollygag around and go, well, this is not important.
So
I'm
when
not
you look
trying
back
hard.
at that Arizona week, after two straight games in
Right.
which the Cowboys had won by a combined 70-10 score against the New York teams,
And the Cardinals were 0-2 at that time.
and of course playing with a quarterback that had gotten on campus in Phoenix
Little did we know.
2 weeks prior.
Right.
Seemed like a gimme.
And it did. And I think one of the things that we always forget about that game to point out is 3/5 of their starters on the offensive line were missing. Now, that has nothing to do with giving up 28 points, but still.
But the point you're making is it wasn't on Sunday when the issues
Right.
arose. The issues arose during the week in preparation.
Absolutely. And that's, to me, when you take an opponent lightly. But, you're 2-0, and it's just the next
There for a
game.
second, I thought Santa
Wow.
Claus had entered the room and wearing his
He's
Christmas
in red, too, yes.
What's up, fellas? Sorry I'm late, man.
Which I need to tell Nate that I found out how much these Santa Claus get paid per hour.
Yeah,
You need to look into that, buddy.
yeah, man. Wow.
You got the Santa beard working.
Yeah. Little light, but it's okay. It's okay. Little light, but it's okay. It's little. I trimmed it down some.
You need to grow it out. Get you a red suit.
He'd be a jolly old Santo.
Nate, you need to do that.
Nah, man, I ain't on somebody bad kids crying.
Have you ever played Santa Claus before?
Yeah. When I got to the Cowboys, I did it a couple of times, man.
Like where? At a store?
Yeah, one time at a mall, and then one time around the area. Yeah, just for the Cowboys, I did it. Yeah.
Did they pay you?
Yeah, they paid me. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So I think he'd be a Santa that kids would.
Yeah, they'll get.
They wouldn't be scared to go see this.
Tell
Santa.
me the truth. Tell Santa the truth.
Unless they didn't act right, then I don't know.
Yeah, man. So y'all was talking about what y'all was talking about, man. Help me to the scene. Update me, baby. Download me, or whatever these young folks talk about these days. Yeah.
Download me.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking.
Upload me, or whatever the word is.
Did you see any of the game last night?
Yeah, man. It was a decent game. I saw the kid couldn't finish the game. The great quarterback for
Joe Burrow.
Yeah. You talking about somebody that, if they would have gave him offensive line when he first got in the league, these results that you people are seeing is because the first 2 years in the league, this kid got beat to death. These are the results when you have a good quarterback with no offensive line.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
There you go.
And it's all across the league, by the way.
So the NFL is investigating why the Bengals did not list quarterback Joe Burrow on their injury report when the team posted a picture of him wearing a device on his wrist Wednesday night, and he appeared to be hampered by the injury early in the Thursday night game that he later left.
Somebody said that when he got off the bus to walk into the stadium, he had that brace on his wrist.
Yeah, I mean, give him a fine and get past it. Fellas, I'm about right. I am. I'm about right. But the things that don't make this an issue.
But see, what I was thinking about with this is, especially now we are into November.
Yes.
Into late November. There are so many different injuries that players are dealing with that don't merit necessarily going on an injury report. They're going to play in the game, and yet they're dealing with it. And you got devices on your body that are helping to heal that whatever's ailing you.
Well, you want to see something?
Yeah.
This is Carolina's injury list from yesterday. There are 13 guys on here. Now, some of this is when you're a losing team, somehow injuries seem to multiply.
Right. Yeah, as a
the
player,
interest,
right?
Yeah, the players. Yeah, the players let you know they hurt, but
they have.
But also in the interest of job security for a coaching staff, you go ahead and list those injuries.
Yeah.
You got a ready-made excuse there.
And they already have. They had 3 guys that practiced full, but they had something, right? And that includes Bryce Young, who was not on the list on Wednesday, but on Thursday they listed him as full. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys listed as limited, and just 2, 3 listed as did not practice. One of those, I believe he's their starting corner, C.J. Henderson. Is he the starter or the backup? But he's got a concussion, and he was listed as did not practice. Hayden Hurst, a concussion. Their tight end, and Steven Sullivan, another tight end with a shoulder. So, but they got a long list of injuries. But here's how they're covering themselves, right? Listing all these guys on the injury report.
But this is the road I wanted to go down, fellas, real quick. Things that you should have a major concern about. The league don't. And if Joe Burrow were the quarterback for any other team, or he hadn't been to a Super Bowl, if he was just the average NFL quarterback, not an issue. Don't make it an issue. Just, I know we have to write about things. I know we have to make everything dramatic, but just some things I just think, okay, the kid tried to play. He gave you a gallant effort. Now you're going to punish his team and everybody else for some device he had on his hand, or they didn't report. If you're so scared about the gambling, disassociate yourself with the gambling. You're not going to do that because that's millions and billions of dollars. But don't go overboard. Just find the team and let's move on.
Yeah, because if you had a cold and you basically went through practice and then the next day you were worse, it's like, oh, wait a minute, he had a cold on Friday.
Should have put him on that injury report.
Put him on the injury report.
We go overboard with all the wrong things. The kid tried to play. Leave it alone. But that's what I believe.
Nate, how important is the quarterback position in this league?
85% of the game.
85% of the game. When we come back here on Mix Shots, let's discuss quarterbacks and where the Cowboys sit in relation to all these other teams in the league now that all these injuries are occurring around the league. Mix Shots continues in a moment.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
You know that sound anywhere. It's the crisp crunch of that first nacho chip. With its perfect cheese to sour cream ratio sitting atop a layer of delicious beans, it's a sip away from perfection. That's what we're looking for. Add a delicious, refreshing Pepsi and we've achieved absolute nacho nirvana. Because while you can pile those nachos high with every spicy, cheesy, savory topping, there's no topping a cool Pepsi finish. Nachos, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
The Medal of Honor is our country's highest military award for valor in combat. More than 40 million individuals have served in the armed forces since the Civil War. Fewer than 4,000 have received the Medal of Honor. The National Medal of Honor Museum will be a place to preserve these legacies and inspire America. It's being built right next door to the Dallas Cowboys in Texas. Help us honor our country's greatest heroes. Learn more and get involved at mohmuseum.org.
Cowboys football and Miller Lite. What a pairing. Can cracks at kickoff. Tailgates going way past postgame. Sunday night overtimes followed by Monday morning swagger. Brisket in the smoker. Miller Lite in the cooler. America's team playing America's greatest sport. Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys football tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2023 Miller Brewing Company, Fort Worth, Texas.
Back to Mixed Shots.
K-Post Roofing and Waterproofing, the official roofer of the Dallas Cowboys.
I got you there. I got you there. You thought I had to read, yeah.
I thought he had the whole thing.
Yeah.
He wasn't working off a script either.
No.
Mickey had to have a script.
No,
for
I didn't for that one.
Not for that one.
Mickey got the play calling duties back today.
Wait till we get to Rally Days.
Rally Days is the next
Yeah.
one? Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Although the script read Rally Day, but I'm going to make it
Okay.
Days.
You saw my text last night on our group
did,
text with
yes.
Nate and
Yeah,
Harrison.
yeah. I got to call my son, man, and tell him, man, what's up, man? You didn't tell me it was
So
in the...
had you not heard? Okay.
Nah, the
so
South Lake Hall of Fame,
so
man.
I'm actually instead of watching Thursday Night Football, I was watching my Carroll Dragons on their app. They
Oh, I
played a
thought you
playoff
maybe you
game
were
last
on
night, and at halftime of the game, they announced who's going into the South Lake Carroll Athletics Hall of Honor. And one Trey Newton is going into the Hall of Honor. So
Yeah.
I texted Nate, and Trey. Maybe Trey didn't know until they announced it last night. I don't know.
Maybe he didn't, man. Wow.
I thought Bill was on the committee. That's why he
No,
knew.
I wouldn't. I should be, but
All the kids you put through there and all the money you invested at
that's
the
right.
time.
All the recruiting I've done.
Yeah.
No, that was a joke.
Congratulations. That's all I put.
You
know, that's all he gonna get.
Oh, you texted him?
Yeah.
A little
I
voice
forgot,
text there.
Because somebody texted me earlier, saying, "Hey man, we need you on the show this morning." I'm like, "Wow, I have to start rearranging stuff. I don't want to let the brother Mick down."
I thought I put a really strong hint on it last night. When
You
I saw that.
did. But I'm like, man, I was watching the game. Finally, a game that was exciting on Thursday night.
For a
one
while.
other note. I know Nate is humble and he doesn't want to talk about it, but one other note on Trey.
Well, that was a hell of a...
I sent you the YouTube.
Yes.
So anybody out
Nice
there,
little run, huh?
Just YouTube Trey Newton State Championship game.
You like that
you'll
run?
See
Yeah.
one of the best 74-yard touchdown runs you've ever seen in a state championship game when they beat Nick Foles and Austin Westlake, which was like 2006, I think.
Did it get you out of your seat?
Oh,
it was a nice run.
There's another video on there where it actually, the TV broadcast shows Nate on the sideline, and Nate's coming down the sideline after Trey, a little slower than Trey going down the field. And Nate in the end zone, Trey comes to that corner of the end zone, and Nate reaches out, and he was ignoring you. But
it's okay. He focused like his pappy. Man, but that was a great thing for my baby, man. I appreciate South Lake doing that. Yeah.
So anyway,
he didn't want to go down on that run.
No,
either.
he didn't. And I think there's like 8 defenders who got at least a hand on him.
Yeah.
So, all right, quarterbacks in this league. Okay, another one goes down last night. Joe Burrow, just 2 days ago, same division. Deshaun Watson lost for the year. Cleveland Browns. And when you look around the league, it is, I don't have the number in front of me.
Well, I'm going to try and do this for you.
Okay.
Kirk Cousins.
Out for the year.
Justin Fields had been out.
And he's coming back. But, yeah, he's missed multiple games, so there's 2.
So now Burrow.
Burrow's 3.
Carr got
Derek
knocked
Carr.
out last week for the Saints. I don't know if he's going to be able to play. You mentioned Deshaun Watson. Mm-hmm. He's on my list. Stafford had been
and
out.
I think he may be back this week, but he's missed multiple games already. That's 6.
Daniel Jones out
7,
for the year.
out for the year.
Tannehill, did he?
Tannehill, I don't know if it was.
He got knocked out, and then they just replaced him.
We're going to mark him down as 8.
Okay, that's 8. And then, and then here they I don't know how many.
You meant Aaron Rodgers, who's not on your list there.
Oh, that's right.
9.
Rodgers is out.
And the reason it's not on the list, he's going down the stat sheet, the leaders of the league.
And while he's talking and getting that together, it is only maybe 10 quarterbacks in the league that are what you call, I don't want to say they're more than serviceable. I want to find the right word, because when you get to after 10 and you don't have great coaches and a great offensive line, they are just people that was better than the other guys.
Well, and in fact, some of them are young guys, like the guy the Cowboys are facing 48 hours from now, and Bryce Young, who can grow into a really good quarterback in this league, but he's not there right now.
Hip and hip. When offensive coordinators / quarterback coaches have to understand when you have a rookie, who he is and what he can do. Only thing you have is the college film. And you cannot forsake that college film for your glory of you saying, look at my system. Look at it. It's so great till it doesn't fit this kid. But if this kid can learn while getting knocked out every other play, he will be great. That is I stopped doing coaching clinics for one reason, because the people that I was talking to really wasn't listening. The only job that a head coach has, or a defensive coordinator has, is to find out who your player is, build a system around them so they can be successful, and now you will be successful. It does not work the other way around.
It's what the Eagles have done with Jalen Hurts, and it's what this team's doing with Dak.
With Dak, what the Ravens have done
with Lamar
Jackson.
Mm-hmm. And with a change in coordinators this year, where they've expanded his game even more than what it was before.
Even, believe it or not, even the Cincinnati Bengals changed what they did when they got their young quarterback. They said, man, let's go get the guy who coached them in college and bring him here so he can help us move along. What they've done in Houston is what a lot of people lack. They found decent offensive linemen.
Somehow, even with a bunch of injuries.
They found decent offensive linemen.
At the last minute.
They fixed together a staff that understands who this kid is. Fellas, I'm going to tell you something. When you get outside of who you are as a quarterback, and I have one right here that I saw for the last 2 years, got outside of himself, and his name is Dakota Rain Prescott, who refused to let his legs help him win games. It's okay to do it against the subpar 500 teams, but when you face teams of equal talent or better, you have to play within yourself, not what the play caller designed, not what you think is right, what you know is right. Dak has changed. People are like, oh, man, Dak. I'm like, y'all are acting surprised.
Well, they act like he hadn't done it before.
Thank you. And so when I see a quarterback that plays within himself, now I can ride with Dak as far as he want to go. I can ride with the kid with Cincinnati, because when you have that unique, the kid at Cincinnati, the only thing that's stopping him from being neck and neck with the kid in Kansas City, the only thing that's stopping him from being 1-1 is the lack of protection. One had protection early in his career, the other one didn't.
I got another quarterback for you, too.
Who is that?
Richardson. Colts.
Yep, Anthony Richardson.
He's out for the year.
Yep. Didn't you know he was going to get hurt?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You had to know this kid coming from Florida was going to get hurt.
Because he was used to running. And
these are grown men you slamming into.
Yeah. There was another one. So
Garoppolo's another one.
And
Vegas.
He got hurt, and then they took his job.
Yeah.
Right. But so I'm looking.
Which is kind of the Tannehill.
Yeah.
There's like 30-some quarterbacks listed here, right? One guy on the list is Bagent. He's had
Tyson
to play.
Bagent.
They had to play, right?
Play for Fields.
Dobbs had to play, got traded. Minshew playing for Richardson. Pickett.
Yep, Pickett's another one hurt.
And he got hurt.
He got hurt.
And they still 6-2. Mm-hmm. Fellas.
So, yeah.
Trust me when I tell you.
And they're sitting pretty right now with the injuries in that division.
I can go over to our whole broadcast studio, who I work with every week, and bring every one of them guys through here and gals. And I said, what's the first thing we need? Mm-hmm. Oh, another cornerback, another safety, another linebacker. And I go over here, up there, and bring them all down. What we need? Oh, man, another wide receiver, man, because if we don't replace our offensive line, fellas, and I'm talking about in a hurry. See, everybody was talking about the draft. You better go out in free agency and find you a competent offensive lineman this offseason. Please do. Trust me, because what you're building here now with CeeDee Lamb, possibly trying to get Cooks back another year, with the growth of Ferguson, with now that you understand how important Rico Dowdle is. I'm blaming this on the coaching staff. Now y'all found out how important Rico Dowdle is. Mm-hmm. Now we keep Tony. We keep Rico Dowdle. We start incorporating these young guys like Linemen, finding what they really can do. Hoping Schoonmaker can come to his senses and just realize he can catch the ball. Then now all you got to do is get one offensive lineman. One competent offensive lineman. You got Steele will be coming back off, and he'll be much better next year. Promise you.
Yep.
Zach Martin still gonna be holding on.
Is Tyler Smith's best position guard?
They can move him from guard. After he make All Pro this year, move him out to tackle. After he go to the Pro Bowl, you move him out to tackle. But sooner or later, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen is y'all gonna be like, why is Smith? Because he gonna get tired of it sooner or later, and they're gonna be like, man, I don't want to be moving back and forth. I want to play one position. Then we'll have a big bash report about, oh, he's not a team player. No, some players take it from a player, want to get somewhere and get good.
I just read a story about Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
Because they were asking him, is he all in for the rest of the season? Because they were saying, well, you don't want all these carries on you. You go into free agency, and they're going to think you're an old running back when you need a contract. And he was like, I don't think that way. I know it's a business, but and they asked him about loyalty, and he goes, "Whoa, there's no loyalty in the NFL."
No, it's no loyalty. But the thing is, this right here.
But that's what you're talking about.
When you become a good player at one position, and you say, "Okay, I'll move for the team," but the team don't take advantage of this person.
Yeah.
This ain't a running back position. This is a guy that you talking about got a possible minimum of 9 years that he gonna play for you. Don't have him disgruntled. And I don't care which position. I've always said, and I continue. I don't care which position you put him at. Put him there and let him play. I know where he would be best used at. If they put him at left tackle and he can flourish there, then that helps Dak.
Well, they need to start, and they need to decide these backups they have on the offensive line. Are they good enough to sink your teeth into to continue to develop them? How long did it take you to break in the starting lineup?
Oh man, see, I got released. Remember, I got released and went to the Bandits, to the Tampa Bay Bandits.
No, I mean when you got here.
I'm telling you. You asked how long it took
from FAMU on.
See, the thing that if development starts where it starts. I came to the Washington Commanders.
Right.
Got cut, immature. Went to the Bandits. That's where I matured. Then I came here. Boy, in the playbook just blew me away. I probably would have got cut or released because I couldn't grasp that playbook fast enough. Then they brought in another offensive line coach. The playbook got simpler. All of a sudden, now my second year, I'm starting.
So in '87, the strike year.
87, yes.
You started.
Yes.
That was your first year.
After the strike year. Yeah.
When you came back.
Yeah, so
what Erkenbeck got here.
But okay, to your point, Mickey, 83 you were with Washington.
Yeah.
And then Tampa Bay 84 and 85.
Yes.
So now 86, it's the fourth year out of FAMU is when he comes to the Cowboys.
And then I come to the Cowboys, and like I said, the playbook blew me away. And then all of a sudden, we brought in Jim Erkenbeck in 87, I think it was. And that's when I started.
And what year was that?
87.
Okay, now you're 26 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to your point, Mickey, you've got these guys that you've drafted. You have them for 4 years until they become free agents if they're not a first-round pick. And so the Waletskos of the world, the Awesome Richards of the world, they're
the Basses.
To take it.
The bottom line,
six-time Pro Bowler here. It was 4 years
before I matured. Your boy maturing now. Your boy. That dude is an all-pro type player.
Tyler Smith.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's why he was drafted first round. That's why I was a free agent. Mm-hmm. They saw something greater in him than me. But my thing is this right here. If Awesome Richards is you got a consensus over there that he is your future, when training camp starts, whatever position you decide to put Taylor at, you put him there and you let Awesome Richards and TJ Bass fight for that extra spot. Mm-hmm. If you deem that they are ready, and you do not take them out, much like we did for Steele his rookie year. You live with the good and the bad because you believe in your heart that this kid can play. If you believe like that, you can be successful. But now if you're like, okay, well, let's do the Waletsko.
Let's go.
Let's do this. Oh, let's let him practice. Oh, well, he got hurt. Oh, well, let's let him practice again. Well, he got hurt. That ship done sailed. The other kid, Ball, that ship done sailed. Now, as bad as they may want them guys to be good, we'll be sitting here next year, if God is willing. I'll be running late coming to y'all show saying, man, what happened to Well, no, that ship done sailed. It's about TJ Bass It's about Austin Richards, and it's about some free agent guy out there that, because I'm not a big believer in you have to spend a first or second round pick. If they are there, you jump on them with everything you got. But if they're not there, you do not reach.
There's a pretty good number of first-rounders who don't make it.
Yeah, do not reach.
Right. And he did say ship, okay?
And
we
got to make our picks.
SHIP.
Our picks when we come back. But one other note on those quarterbacks.
Yes.
Top 4 teams in the NFC. You would be, well, if you just look at the standings, you got Philadelphia and Dallas in the east, you got Detroit in the north, and you got San Francisco out west.
Right.
Okay?
They got lucky.
What's their quarterback? But what's their quarterback situation this year as far as health at their quarterback position?
Purdy has the number 1 quarterback rating in the NFL
and he's healthy.
And you can go to
and Jared Goff's healthy,
AFC,
and Dak's healthy, and Jalen Hurts is healthy, and you look below that.
Healthy.
And the offensive line.
We're going AFC.
2 is healthy.
Yeah.
Mahomes is healthy.
Mm-hmm. And the offensive lines
Baltimore
are basically getting healthy or healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you now, 85% of it is your quarterback, 15% of it is your offensive line, and the rest you just let happen.
And
I'm telling you.
And Jerry pointed it out today, by the way, when they were talking about quarterbacks. And he pointed out that Troy is Troy just because he was headstrong his rookie year and was tough enough to get through what he had to experience.
But Bryce ain't the size of Troy. You talking about a 6'5", bronze built, 235-pound
versus a 5'10"
golden child versus a 5'10" baby child. This dude ain't gonna make it, bro.
Yeah.
I saw him take some hits. I saw him take a hit, and I wanted to throw a penalty, but just because
I think I saw this.
I couldn't even see the kid.
Mm-hmm.
They hit him so bad, and when he fell on the ground, and he was so small because he tried to cover up the ball, so when he balled up, you couldn't see nothing but the defensive lineman. I wanted to throw a flag. That was unfair.
All right, we got the Rally Days read when we come back.
Yes.
On Mick Shots.
Rally Days.
The Medal of Honor is our country's highest military award for valor in combat. More than 40 million individuals have served in the armed forces since the Civil War. Fewer than 4,000 have received the Medal of Honor. The National Medal of Honor Museum will be a place to preserve these legacies and inspire America. It's being built right next door to the Dallas Cowboys in Texas. Help us honor our country's greatest heroes. Learn more and get involved at mohmuseum.org.
Cowboys football and Miller Lite. What a pairing. Can cracks at kickoff. Tailgates going way past postgame. Sunday night overtimes followed by Monday morning swagger. Brisket in the smoker. Miller Lite in the cooler. America's team playing America's greatest sport. Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys football tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2023 Miller Brewing Company, Fort Worth, Texas.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
You know that sound anywhere. It's the crisp crunch of that first nacho chip. With its perfect cheese to sour cream ratio sitting atop a layer of delicious beans, it's a sip away from perfection. That's what we're looking for. Add a delicious, refreshing Pepsi and we've achieved absolute nacho nirvana. Because while you can pile those nachos high with every spicy, cheesy, savory topping, there's no topping a cool Pepsi finish. Nachos, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Back to Mick Shots.
Head to AT&T Stadium on Saturday, December 9th to experience Rally Days presented by SeatGeek. Take a tour of AT&T Stadium, get autographs from the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders and alumni, play games, head outside to the Miller Lighthouse, and even play on the field. And don't forget to get your photo taken with Santa Claus and Mrs. Santa Claus. Visit attstadium.com/rally days for tickets and more information.
Way to go, Mickey.
How about that? Mrs.
Very
Santa
nice.
Claus.
Nate, you're looking at something on the NFL Network.
I was looking at the
Playoff
wild
picture.
card
Yeah.
picture, the playoff picture.
With how many games to go?
It was 6.
Well, no, there's eight.
games. Let me say this right here, fellas. We got to win 4 more games in a row.
It's 6-3 right now.
And we just got to win 4 games in a row.
If you get to 10-7,
No. I don't care about 10-7.
okay.
I'm saying if we win 4 more games in a row.
Okay, so you got Carolina,
So you're
Washington.
including
really
the Eagles
5.
game.
You-
And-
I'm talking really 5 counting this game. We got to win 5 games in a row.
so
We got to be so confident and so dominant in who we are and what we're doing till we don't care who we play.
So Nate and I are on the same page. I said, starting with the Giants, they needed to win 4 in a row to get to the Eagles game
And then
to
win that
make
one.
that important, right? And
I
then you
said,
got to
yeah.
and then you got to win it.
No, I say 6 in a row and beating the Eagles. It don't matter. By the time they get to the Eagles, if they've won enough games in a row, because the hard game is the Seattle game.
Right, but that's before
That's
the Eagles.
Trust me.
Yes.
That is the hard game.
Right.
We as fans and media, I don't care what Seattle look like, we ain't talking about Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
That is the hard game.
Right, and that's going to be 4 in a row with Seattle, and that was my point.
And so when we beat Seattle,
then you got to take care of business.
now you don't
with
have
the
to even
Eagles.
worry about Philadelphia because you're going to be so confident.
And you got the mini bye before. I mean, you're 10
And
days
who
in
knows?
between.
They might have a loss, right? They got to
Who
play
that? Who that?
the Eagles.
I don't care about the Eagles.
Eagles play Kansas
I
City.
don't care.
Kansas City.
I don't care.
Well, if you beat them, you don't care.
I do not care about the Eagles. Mike McCarthy don't care about the Eagles. These people over here do not care about the Eagles today, next week, and the next week, and the next week. Because the sooner you start caring about the Eagles over there, you start losing games over here.
There you go. That's
right.
exactly right.
No.
You don't care.
I know you don't care.
Now, if you-
but you got to beat them.
I'm going to tell you something. I used to think that, and players do care, because I remember one time we was on a run, and it was getting ready towards the end of the season. We needed to win some games, because I think the 49ers were ahead of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, Bob, we got to get through this game. And then Mike Irvin said, yeah, we better get through this game because in a couple of weeks we got 49ers. I'm like, what? And then Dion said, yeah, you're right, playmaker. I'm like, now I looked at them like, yeah, man, y'all stars. I'm just everyday guy. I got to think about
what's the next thing.
Yeah, I got to think what's in front of me,
See,
man.
I think that's what's good about this stretch right here.
Yeah.
There's so many games coming at you so fast, you just take care of the next thing in front of you.
That's right.
And that's why I think they don't get caught up with taking somebody for granted, because they understand that just beating the Giants didn't prove anything. You got to win these 4 games, right? And so, it includes Carolina. Can't take it for granted. And so there's importance to it, where that Arizona game at 2-0, okay, we got to play Arizona.
And had you beaten Philadelphia at Philly, then
Right.
you're like, oh, okay, we got some cushion now. But
Right.
now
They
you're
don't.
like,
They got no cushion. There's no. You got to keep winning.
okay, we got to make our picks. We got like a minute or two left.
Okay,
here.
so-
but Rashawn Evans is going to be active for this game.
Yeah, they'll find a way to get him on the 53-man roster. And you know who's close too is Peyton Hendershot, because he's started to return. So just catch the ball.
No.
What do you mean?
No, we don't need no Hendershot. We got Jake Ferguson.
No, he's like the third tight end.
We don't need him. Just let him stay on the practice squad. We do not need him.
Okay.
We got Schoonmaker. We got Jason Ferguson.
And by
That's
the way,
it.
Hendershot is not on the practice squad. He is on injured reserve, but he's designated
Stay
to
there.
return.
Stay there, son.
Yeah,
Stay there.
Wait until you need him.
Yeah.
You don't need to. You need to clear out a roster spot for Rashawn Evans right
Yes,
now.
sir.
You
That's
don't
the
need
most
to clear out
important
2
thing.
roster spots.
I talked to
right
Coach
now.
yesterday. I talked to Coach DQ, the coordinator, defensive coordinator. He's like, man, I need Rashad Evans as my third linebacker.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
So this hot shot of hot shot
you're
of
not-
what
you're
is his
not-
name?
Hendershot.
in place of McEwen.
Who is McEwen?
There you go.
Yeah, who is? All we need is Jake Ferguson and Schoonmaker. And see, I like his name because if he ever start catching the ball, he like a big schooner in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? It's a big Schoonmaker. Come on, man.
Okay.
I ain't gonna let you get it out,
Chris, we need overtime here.
Okay, hurry up.
Yeah.
Let's hurry up.
So here's Everson's picks. All right.
Okay.
Can we do it?
Gentlemen, welcome to overtime.
Yes, thank you. He is picking to click Stephon Gilmore with 1 interception because he's a former Panther.
Okay.
And his score 31-10.
Okay, good. 31-10.
31-10.
All right.
Okay.
And let me get you to Savannah,
Okay.
who keeps taking my picks, by the way. She is taking, and I think we're going to special dispensation for this game because he didn't have he's zeroed out.
I'm taking him.
No.
I want him.
She's got Micah Parsons right here. And that's who I was going to
That's
take.
who I wanted to take. He's going to have like 3 sacks this week.
She's got the
Let's make it up for
Cowboys
lost time.
winning 28-17.
Good.
And then we have Nate Newton that gets to join us here. You get 100-0 again?
No, it's 51 to zip.
Okay.
51 49. I'm trying to get 100 in 2 games.
All right.
You know, we got 49 last week.
now
So
51.
I need 51 to zip. These guys shouldn't sniff. If they get past the 50, I'll be disappointed.
All right, and you got a player you got your eye on that's going to
I'm going with Jake Ferguson the rest of the year. Rest of the year,
The
Jake Ferguson.
4th straight game of the touchdown catch here.
Yeah.
Okay.
After much deliberation, I came up with 38-13 because Carolina in the last 3 games has scored 15, 13, and 13. Is that what you got?
I was close. That's half of mine.
38-13. And the other thing is that when they've played really good teams, Detroit and Miami, they scored 42 points in each of those and 37 against Seattle. So I got 38.
So why do you have 38 if they had 42?
I'm kind of in between.
So that's my pick is 42-13 Dallas, because when they played Detroit and Miami, they gave up 42, so Dallas gets 42, and they had 13 against Chicago, 13 against Indianapolis, and 13 against Minnesota, and so they're getting 13 points. It's 42-13 is the final score.
Pick the click. We're going to do it. Either 3 of us are going to be right, or we're all going to be wrong.
Y'all take Micah.
Okay.
Y'all take Micah.
I got Micah. Who do you want?
I'm going with Tony Pollard.
Okay.
It's time for Tony Pollard.
They use him right, he will.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's Rico Dowdle.
Yes.
Because they will run on this team, by the way.
There you go.
All right. Nate, thanks for sitting in.
Man, I love it, man. Let's
us-
go Jake Ferguson.
Get us straight on the tight ends and the old line.
Okay.
Yeah, with Schoonmaker and Jake Ferguson is their names, right?
Yes.
The other guy name is Hot Shot and Pool Q. Right.
McEwen.
Come on, man.
Pool Q'ing.
Cue him up.
All right.
I'm just joking, fellas. Don't go back over there and tell them kids. I love them kids.
And
Don't do that.
Next time you're on with us, we want nicknames for all the rest of us.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, we don't want to go down that road.
But remember now, his Mick shots 85% of the show.
Yeah, that's right.
And me and you 15. Oh,
That's
wow.
right. All right, Mickey, you want to take us out then?
Take us out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because Nate will do it.
What is that, taking us out?
Everson says after every show.
Oh, he stole that from me.
Cowboys.
Go Cowboys. I
Yeah,
stopped saying it
okay.
once I saw him saying it.
We will shout at you again on Monday at high noon.
Go Cowboys.
There you go.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
Touchdown, Cowboys!